My name is Lori. Welcome to my channel. We are quilters. Today is Blabfest Friday, so grab a cup of tea or coffee or diet soda, whatever your heart desires. Pull up a chair and let's blab. I sometimes ask questions. Please answer in the comments. I love hearing from all of you. So, 8 topics today. You will notice that on Monday I will be wearing the same shirt because I am filming several episodes today because I am going on a trip. By the time you see this, I will be back from my trip and start adding photos from the trip onto future videos. So, topic number 1 of 8. Is more blocks to embellish, because I have been making blocks with faux tie-dye and iron-on transfers and all those sorts of things. I now have a stack of blocks that needs more embellishment, so I am going to, here they are, blocks that when I was looking through the bin didn't have very much on them, only one thing, and all those other techniques. Let's take a look at the pile that I've added to this box. Topic number 2. Extra borders. Last week I forgot to talk about these friendship star strips that were hanging there, and said she was intrigued by those. Those are the borders for the Study in Scarlet, the extra along the top edge to make it a little bit wider that I added. They weren't part of the original pattern, but I've added those on and have been making some of those extra blocks because I didn't like the proportions of the original quilt that I'm sharing with you, so I've added on. Some of you may be quite happy with those original proportions, but I wanted it a little bit wider and bigger. Topic number 3, the embroidery paper that you run through the printer. I was hoping to have this embroidery done. I am down to the letters, the outside outline, and 1 dragonfly. That's all I need to finish. But I wanted to test it out, so I printed the next pattern, and I used the extra strips along the top and the bottom, and made a little video of the test to see if it washes out. Let's watch that now. Well, unfortunately, I do not have the embroidery that I was working on from this pattern quite finished. Here's the paper copy, the one with the bows and the flowers. It's almost done, but I want to test. It's driving me crazy that I haven't been able to test to see whether or not it really washes off. So I printed the next one that I'm planning on doing, because I'm not doing them in order. That's not as much fun. And, well, I can't even get this one to peel. The last one was easy to get to peel because I got it too close to the iron. Anyway, there was the strip at the top and the bottom where they, okay, there we go. It's sticking on there nicely, where they put information. And I don't need these little strips on the actual pattern to make it stiffer and harder to work with. So I've cut those off, and we're going to go do a little test with the water to see it's stuck on there pretty good. Now, it doesn't have stitches down through it. You'll have to wait for that demonstration whenever I have the other embroidery done. But we can test this for right now. So let me get the camera stand and we will go to the sink. Okay, it said to rub it under cold water and it should, oops, almost turned on the hot, and it should dissolve. So let's see, rub it gently. Oh, it's coming off. Now, I don't know how well that would work during, it is dissolving. It's sort of disappearing. Well, it's coming off, so I'm going to pull it off. And I'm going to see if I can get it to completely dissolve. Oh, it's turning into this gooey, like thinner and thinner stuff. Oh, it's dissolving away. It's like this gel stuff now. Oh, our water is very cold. And you can hear the heater running. So now there's just some little pieces. I hope it comes off and dissolves that easy. Oh, it's like little tiny pieces of goo. So it did seem to dissolve pretty well. That's all that's left is a little tiny fuzz piece. And it rinsed right down the drain. So I hope it comes off that easily when it has stitching through it. We will see. Topic number 4. You can see them right here behind me. The July weather blocks. They are all finished. I need to cut the spacer fabrics for the first of the month and the end of after the month is over. You can tell by looking at them, there's a lot of orange, which was 80s for high temperatures, and a lot of yellows, which happens to be 70s for high temperatures. Somewhere in there, there's a brown, one with more brown, and that was 90s because you're baked and cooked. That's why 90s is brown. So hopefully I will have this together by next Friday. Maybe. I can always hope and dream. Let's take a look at some of the blocks that I think are the most stunning in this series. The ones that are different are travel blocks. That means you get up in one place, and by the time it's bedtime, you are in an entirely different place. That is travel. Topic number 5. So this is also weather block related. It all comes back to this chart. And it has all of the colors that I picked. That's the great thing about this. By choosing colors, I don't have to worry about selecting colors. It's all done by this master chart. And then I will use my August data and I'll color little dots in beside. Then I need to get out all the little papers, one for each day, and put transfer dots there. So I know what size and shape pieces to cut for each color in a block. Then I do some tallying on this master sheet. And then by the time I'm done, I have little piles of fabric, and then I take the individual sheets and lay them out a few at a time and pull from the colored piles the right size pieces, and that's what goes in the basket that sits by the sewing machine. So I will be getting August blocks ready. Do you have any projects that you organize that way? What do you use to organize in? Do you use boxes? Do you use bins? Do you use baggies? What is your favorite way to organize a project that has lots of tiny pieces? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I use everything. And then I have to organize the organizers. And sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. I love organizers. But when you have to organize the organizers, you know you're in trouble. Just saying. And no, I am not decluttering. Number 6, eye candy. This is the last block that was in that bin, but don't worry, there is other eye candy to be seen. There are many, many things stored around this room. Quilt tops and sets of blocks, many things for me to show you that is eye candy. This is one of my favorite segments, sharing the stuff that I have already made. So let's take a look at that video. Here is the last fancy block in the box, and it is all fancy materials. Well, there is one piece of cotton right here, this big floral, but it has fancy, smancy stuff on it. I do have other blocks to share. Don't worry, there will be other things for you to see, other eye candy. I sort of like that segment. So starting from the left to the right, these flowers were on that fabric, and it's a linen feeling fabric. And this one has like a tweedy, linen-y feel on the background, or like an unbleached muslin. It's got a lovely row of lace, puckered, gathered lace, and it has some butterflies. And these are, oh, they're sewn on, and a bee and a ladybug. They're so tight down that they feel like they're embroidered right through, but they're not. Some gold rickrack and some other glitzy trim and ribbon carnations and a ribbon, looks like a star with a flower on it and a flower button. And some more ribbon that's sewn on by hand. Oh, the ribbon is the handle to the umbrella that was added on, and then it has a rose button. That the watering can was embroidered right through. They hooped it, put it right on the hoop. I did not do that. Somebody else added that. And a butterfly shiny blingy piece. Some more gold rickrack, some more ruffled trim, and then they used a fancy stitch on their sewing machine and sewed that on with some lovely heart lace. I might need to sew some of that down. I worry about things getting flipped where I don't want them. This umbrella is amazing, and it has a little lace trim, and it's held down by these French knots, and then somebody sewed along the top, but it's open between. So again, I might need to sew that lace down, but a very cute, shiny, blingy block for the last of these big blocks that were in that container. I hope you have enjoyed looking at this eye candy, and I have different eye candy for us in upcoming episodes. Number 7 is pack a sewing kit. So I said I would be going on a trip. That's why I'm doubling up on videos and doing some extra work so that I can sit back and relax. Well, I have learned over the years, and my husband and I have traveled to 49 of the states, not Hawaii, sadly, and 8 provinces in Canada. So a long time ago, I learned I always need to have something to do if we get stuck in a hotel and can't be out and about, or he's watching a ball game, something. I need something to keep my hands busy and to keep myself out of trouble. Or I end up buying things. One time on a trip to Colorado, I ended up buying a yo-yo maker and a bag of scrap fabric and making yo-yos the entire time. But it kept me out of trouble. I didn't have a yo-yo maker before then, and I was pretty good at using it. Kept me from driving my husband crazy. So here is the one that I'm working on currently, and I just don't have the words done and the outside edges and one dragonfly, and then it will be all finished. Right now I have, and there's the bag of colors that I picked out to go with that, and here is the last of the beads and embroidery painted roses, and this is all to go. And underneath I put a piece of felt, and so I have a beading needle and another beading needle and some thread, and I have all the beads and embroidery floss that I'm planning on using on this block, plus my little tiny scissors. I love these scissors. They are so sharp at the end, worth every penny, and they've got nice heft to them. So I'm working on that, and you know, I am filming this ahead of time, so by the time you are watching this, I will be back home sitting in a chair watching TV. So I have extra needles. I've got a little sewing kit, and my scissors go in here. I've got a clamp. I've got some different colors of floss down in there, my Elegant Stitches book, and this lid goes on this container so that I don't lose anything within. This is my little bowl that I use for beads. It is a paint cup. And then my embroidery will fit on top. This pink box, however, does not fit inside, so it will just have to ride on top and be a separate thing. But there, it's all packed and ready to go. Basically one container and one tray to keep me busy and out of trouble for the trip we're going on. See, that all fits in there nicely. And these things can just stay in here. So away we will go. And like I said, I'll be back before you even get to see this episode. What kind of things do you organize your travel projects in? Or do you not take projects with you? So I'm getting ready with a sewing kit so I can take these unfinished blocks with me and work on them. And then I can work on this. They didn't mark the center, so I need to kind of mark the center so I can center it on my fabric. Oh. So there's where the center is. That's the only really disappointing. There's the center of my fabric. When I ironed it, I slopped some water on it. So I need to put the center. Now this will get trimmed, so it's not a big deal. But if I didn't have a big long ruler here, I wouldn't know where to center this. And if you have something way off, okay. And I know this block isn't exactly square. And I know I cannot iron this on there. And I cut my blocks extra big. It's says they finish, I think, at 9.5. So I cut this at 14. I ripped it. You can see where it has the bruised edge. So now this is ready to put in my travel kit to go. Let me go get the travel kit so you can see what I take with me. And the last number 8 is usually viewer contributions, but because I am taping this so close to the time from the last video, it is going to be cuteness. I am going to put up some pictures of things that are just plain cute, like puppies and kitties and my granddaughter and my great niece maybe. Enjoy the cuteness. See you on Monday for another set of embellishment learning. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. Enjoy any good weather that may come your way. Remember, like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow.